with the defective knowledge, defective information, and to substantiate your own idea which you already keep in your mind through some specific ahadith without getting any kind of legal, exegetical, theological or juridical help and guidance from the authorities, considering yourself as an authority of Islam. So it means you are using Quran and Sunnah as the tools of supporting your ideas which you have already formulated and your minds are already occupied with those concepts. And now you use Quran and Sunnah, a few ahadith, very few ahadith, selective, just to explain what you think, just to correlate what you conceive, just to establish and substantiate what you believe in, leaving and disregarding all those ahadith, dozens and dozens of ahadith and texts of Quran and Sunnah, and neglecting hundreds of great imams of Islamic history, those who were known to be, those who are known to be, and those who will known to be authorities, reliable authorities, unanimous authorities of Islamic community, Muslim Ummah, neglecting their opinions and replacing them by your own perceptions and conceptions. So this is the second way. To occupy your mind with your own formulated opinion and then pick up some verses or hadiths of Holy Prophet ﷺ to substantiate your opinion. I think if we adopt the second method, that would be an intellectual dishonesty. This would be totally unfair. And no doubt it would be an intellectual dishonesty. And Islam and Prophet of Islam sallallahu alaihi wasallam never allows us to do that. Unfortunately, this is being done in many cases nowadays. Some people either because of lack of knowledge or lack of deep understanding of Islamic teaching or lack of comprehensive study of the sources of Islam. Either they have lack of knowledge or they don't have a comprehensive study of the all sources and relevant basic authorities, or they lack deep understanding because of not being very competent in classical sciences of Islam. So they some people hide many ahadith which deal with the subject of bid'ah. And the same thing is happening with the subject of shirk. Unfortunately, two concepts are misunderstood in this world of knowledge, in present time. And they are wrongly applied. The word shirk is applied on many acts which specifically and technically speaking are not shirk. They don't fall within the category of shirk. They can be anything, right or wrong. They can be approved or disapproved. Those acts can be commendable or those acts can be uncommendable. Those acts can be good, those acts can be bad. Even those acts can be recommended or those acts can be condemned. But just declaring those acts which are not shirk and they should fall in some other category, declaring those acts as shirk. And the person performing those acts as mushrik means you are kicking him out of the ummah of Holy Prophet, you are kicking him out of the ambit of Islam, and you are directly throwing him in Jahannam, in hell, the hellfire, because there is no forgiveness for a mushrik. In the same way, the term bid'ah is being misunderstood, and in the same way misapplied, wrongly applied. So either the reason behind it is intellectual dishonesty, or the reason behind this kind of approach is lack of knowledge or lack of deep understanding. But they don't want to disclose the thing. The audience, normally people sitting before the imam, sitting before a scholar, sitting before a speaker, they are not well versed with Islamic sciences. They just hear that he is quoting some verses of Quran. He is quoting the traditions and Sunnah and Ahadith of Holy Prophet. So they think that he has established whatever he has said, he has established through Quran and Sunnah. And he has explained everything in the light of Quran and Sunnah. And they don't know whether those verses and hadiths of Holy Prophet was rightly applied on that interpretation or wrongly. They can't differentiate between right application and wrong application. They can't differentiate between a right inference from a specific text or a wrong inference, a wrong conclusion from a specific text. There is a lot of difference between the words and text and the meanings, application, inference and deduction which you are going to do from that text. So there is a difference between two things. They just quote the text of Quran and Sunnah and the audience don't know other than something else. They say whatever this imam and scholar has said, he has explained everything in the light of Quran and the hadith of Holy Prophet Sunnah. That's it. But they don't know that all those hadiths which he has left, which he has neglected on the same subject, those hadiths which are giving different interpretation and explanation of that concept, why he has neglected, why he has ignored all those hadiths, why he has not taken the whole concept and the all texts relevant in totality into consideration. They don't know the inference which he is going to make from this particular text. Is that inference right or wrong? They don't know that he is inferring certain thing and concluding certain thing on his own, or do the great recognized authorities of Islam, the muhaddiseen and fuqaha and mufassirin and scholars, do they support the same view or do they have a different viewpoint on the subject? They don't know. So this is how Quran and Sunnah, these two words or the verses and texts, are being misused too. And this is how, with this kind of approach, we are causing a great harm to Islam and to the cause of Islam. And we are confusing the Muslim generations and the community and the ummah at large. So I would like to start this subject of bid'ah and to explain it according to the first way which I explained. Let us have a fresh start. Let us start from ABC. And instead of studying this concept with an preoccupied mind, we should occupy our mind directly from the teachings of Quran and Sunnah. And we would like to take all verses on all traditions of Holy Prophet ﷺ and the authorities, classical authorities, into consideration in order to understand the totality of concept. I have recited one verse of Holy Quran and the word bid'ah. As far as its literal root is